Today I'm taking part in South Shields Parkrun.
Ready, one, timer!
That's a big fish.
The South Shields Parkrun, the most beautiful scenic parkrun in the known universe.
There's 230 parkrunners here this morning to run this race. Oh, and one unicorn. That could be a scene from Baywatch, and we're underway. And speaking of Baywatch, yes, I probably will be running in slow motion, but not intentionally. This parkrun's quickly turned into running on sand. Sand is horrible to run on. I wonder where Haley is. Oh, but look at that view from the cliff tops. That is stunning. On a clear day, and there's not many of them in this country, but on a clear day, the UK coastline is really something special. Top tip, when you're filming yourself running, you can also check behind you to see how quickly people are catching you. Thanks, mate. Ooh, I remember this bit from the Great North Run. It's a bit that you feel like you're almost at the end, but it just keeps going. Thought you couldn't get any worse. Overtaken by a unicorn. Whoa. I am absolutely rubbish at running. That's a point. Overtaken by mythical creatures. So I guess we're now saying anyone can beat me. Even though I put so much into running. Just not good enough. Where's this finish line? I just want this over. I haven't even got a sprint finish left in me. This 5k hasn't gone to plan.
I can't remember which one's which.
I saw them like a giant bouncy condom running along the road.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
The Bamborough in this field, I always end up feeling absolutely exhausted. The finish line for the South Shields Parkrun and the finish line for the Great North Run. This field sees a lot of sweat. That was harder than I thought. Why was that so hard? Is it me? Or was it the course? I don't know. Time to think it all over. Or a cup of coffee. I know how amazingly rubbish I am. Okay, now I've managed to have breakfast and a coffee at the Seaburn Inn. Let's have a debrief. South Shields Parkrun. It's not as flat as you think. So if you're thinking it's going to be a Hartlepool or a Blythe, there's a little bit more to it. You start at the seafront, sea level. You start along the beach, and it's a steady climb up to the top of the cliffs. Then when you're on top of the cliffs aren't very flat. Very undulating, and to run all the way along to almost where you get to the Marsden Rock, and then you make the turn up to the roundabout, which people from the Great North Run will recognise, and it's a run away all the way back along the Great North Run route. And as I've found, and a lot of people have said in the past, when you're doing the Great North Run, that turn makes you feel like you're almost there. It just goes on for some reason. So I thought doing a 5k, it'll be a lot shorter. Still the same. It's some sort of strange, like, illusion. You're almost there, but you're not. You're running for the Bamborough, the pub, and it doesn't get any closer. One of life's mysteries. How does the Bamborough never get any closer? Yeah, I was overtaken by a unicorn. At the time I was annoyed with myself. But I've had a coffee now, so I'm just annoyed with myself, but I'm caffeinated. The race director said at the beginning of the event that this is the sunniest day they've had this year, so we all love a bit of sun, but for me the temperature was sweating. I found that hard with the climbs, the elevation. As you know, and people who follow this channel, I run for my mental health, so today's run kind of reflects where I am mentally. Not in a good place, so that kind of reflected of how I was feeling along the course. And as the times were getting slower, I was getting more upset, and then as I got overtaken by a unicorn, I was wanting to give up. I would say attack the unicorn, but I couldn't catch him. Sometimes running can affect your mood even more, in a negative way. But that's just because at the moment, maybe in the moment I was just annoyed with the time. It wasn't great, but it's about experience, isn't it? You know, I've had time to look over it, realise it's a great course, beautiful. Haley's shot some great footage there, and then watching myself ring past a gun on the coastline. I didn't realise there was a gun there. Yeah, I need to lift my head up a bit more and just enjoy where I am. But yeah, I was struggling. But for those of you out there who just love the run, it's a good one. It's a really picturesque, and you get to run part of the Great North Run. I run for my mental health. I just assume that I'll go out and I'll run fast time, and then I'll make things better. Great if that works, but if it doesn't, well then, that's where I am now. What's that?
Just have to pause yourself to look for the positives.
Look for the positives.
Yeah. It was a nice sunny day.
Sunny day.
And you got up when you did it. And you were only 3 minutes slower than you would normally. But a much harder course.
Is people running in costume a good idea? Or is that just another way of showing off that they're better than you?
Maybe he ran in costume just to slow himself down. Or he was practicing for the Great North Run and wanted to see what it was like running in the heat.
I was feeling good because I know the times were great, but I didn't feel like many people were overtaking me, and I was actually taking a few back on the cliff top, so I was like, oh, this is going quite well. And then as soon as I hit the comeback to the Bamborough, I was just in reverse. And everybody was just overtaking us, and it was like...
It is a boring stretch though.
That part of it, I think it's just straight and boring.
I think it's like you said about York.
Yeah. Yeah, I had issues in York. That was just round and boring.
Whereas when you're on the cliffs and you don't know what the next corner is bringing you, it's a different level of excitement's maybe the wrong word, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always something around the cliffs corner. You've got the target, haven't you? When it's long and straight, maybe that's why the Bamborough feels so tough, because it's just like you can't see it in the horizon.
I think that's why you prefer the trails these days.
Yeah.
The views and
that's why I think the beginning of that is very traily. It does feel quite good that way, where you don't know what's going on. You got to watch your footing. There's little climbs all the time and down. That's what's going on. You can like try and kid yourself that you're having a good time and look over the cliffs and things like that. But when it's just a long straight path along a road, it's like...
Plus you're still coming back from injury, your foot's not 100%.
Yeah. Why is it when some parkruns just feel longer than other parkruns? That 5k felt longer than other 5ks. Is that a case of, if you've never done a parkrun before, if you ever doing something new, it's always longer because you just don't know where the next turn is and where the next marker is, what the segments are. If I was to run that course again, could I do it better straight away just because I know it? But as Haley says, look for the positive. The positive is, the coffee comes with a free biscuit.
Always a bonus.
Always a bonus. If you enjoyed watching this, why don't you watch one of these? Oh, and please like and subscribe and comment below on this. Go on, subscribe. Go on, you know you want to.